Fab Live that I do pretty much every night or every morning. Sponsored by Blue Demon Welding Products. And today, if anybody saw what was going on yesterday, I was making slots. And I'm going to continue doing that because I have the bit that I need. I'm going to record this. Now I need to find her on the road because I yet again lost it. And I found it again. I bet it's in here. Oh no, it's right there. Okay. So, yesterday, trying to make slots, I was trying to use a Dremel and it wasn't going so well because I'm trying to grind on 850. If anybody knows anything about steel, 850 is pretty tough stuff. So, I grabbed a carbide bit, just one. I was going to buy a kit, but I just don't need to do that yet. It's not really necessary. So we're going to go with, what am I doing? Okay. I'm going to go with one carbide burr tool. And go from there, more or less. This is another night where I'm not going to stay up too late, hopefully, because, well, I got a lot of yard work that I want to get done tomorrow, and I'm home, so I'm going to get it done while I'm still home, because starting next week, I will be traveling. Well, maybe not starting next week, but starting next week, I will be doing some actual work versus this just onboarding stuff that I've been doing with my new job. So, and it is a hot one today. Tonight, is what I should say. All right, well, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to be video recording at the same time as usual, so stay with me here. All right, well, it's a day later, and I had to quick order a carbide burr. Now, this is an Amazon carbide burr from what seems to be a pretty decent brand. Of course, we all know with Amazon products, it's hit or miss. Sometimes you get some really good stuff. Sometimes you don't. That's all I needed right there. This is a carbide burr bit with a round nose. This is a 3/8 inch size, which should work in this holes that I made a little bit bigger than 7/16. They had a pretty good reviews, which doesn't always mean much, but we'll see. And we'll see how it goes. So I have to slot these holes. So does it fit? Yes, it does. Awesome, that's what I wanted. So this carbide bit will cut a lot of metal pretty quickly. So I have to be careful, but I'm gonna see how well it does. It should work. And I'm gonna turn my speed down. It's already down. Matter of fact, it's so far down, it's off. What is this? Oh, I don't need that right now. So, let's see if we can make this slot, huh? Turn it down a little bit. So recommended RPM for a carbide burr bit for steel is 25 to 35 rotations per minute. Since this is a harder steel, I'm going to knock it down to 15-ish. I was afraid of that. Why is it biting like that? It's scaring the shit out of me. God damn it, why is it doing that? Let's turn it way down. Didn't gnarl it up too bad. Jesus God. What the fuck? I believe it. That also could be the problem. Oh, God. That might be why it was rattling around on me. Come on. My neurological disability is showing. It almost needs to be duller. That's just gonna be what it is right now. That was embarrassing. Oh no. What? Oh man. I'll be right back. I ran out of space on my computer, so I need to download all the rest of my videos. That I've recorded over the past couple days. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's why. Wow. So I ran out of space on my computer, and I have to put it on my external hard drive, which I didn't realize I did that much. I did a lot. All right, you guys ready to watch me make a fool of myself? That wasn't so bad. I think I dolled it up enough. Nope. That's gonna have to work. I am a mess. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Well, that was fun. Slots are done. Of course, I've got steel grit all over me, which makes me itchy as shit. That was dumb. Oh well. That's what showers are for. Oh, I gotta do another one. Oh. How's everybody doing today? I'm really not looking forward to doing another one of them. Oh well. Ooh boy, that's a little on the warm side, huh? What am I working on? Bam. Making brackets for my rear axle for my go-kart. That's a go-kart. Ta-da. All right. Yep, delete these 19 items. Okie dokie. Well, that was a bit embarrassing, but it worked. The holes aren't perfectly straight, but they'll work fine. Let's make another one. As if I didn't need more punishment. There you are. Hot. work. RTS, what's going on? I've seen you around a couple times. Sizzle. I put a bucket under here or something. Well, tonight's project's still the go-kart. I'm trying to make brackets so I can attach the rear end. So yeah, right now I'm drilling holes. I gotta take a carbide burr and make slots, which will be an interesting show. Because it's either, I don't know how to use the carbide burr, or my nerve damage in my left arm is getting worse. Probably both. Let's see if I know how to use this thing, or if I'm just gonna fuck it up again. Excuse me, screw it up. I don't want to get demonetized anymore. right, here we go. I'm going to hurt myself again. We'll see. Whoops. I made that slot a little bit bigger than I wanted to. Hello, sir. How are you? Watch me fail at life. A bit's hot. This is getting hot. Oh, it's getting very hot. That one's better. I think I ought to give this thing a little bit of a break after I'm done. I don't know if this bit's getting duller or if I just got better at using it. I think it's getting duller. It is a Amazon bit after all. Which country do I live in? United States of America. Yeah, this is hot. This is very hot. Yeah, I think it was just Iran. Now, I have to ask this question because I'm not afraid to ask. How is it over in Iran? And yes, RTS, this thing is a beast. Now, I'm trying to be nice to it. Now, this is also a like $15 Amazon bit. I was gonna buy a kit, but they're like 400 bucks for a good one. And I'm not gonna buy a $400 kit for something that I need once. So if I need it a couple more times, then I will buy it. But I don't think I will need to do any more than what I'm doing now. And this is not a name brand. This is a El Cheapo. There we go. Yeah. That's hot. And I am itchy as hell. Roll your sleeves down. I'm just gonna take this over real quick to see if this is going to fit. It should. I think I checked yesterday. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. This will be fine. I am itchy. Oh God, it's like, no, this wasn't smart. This was dumb. Why did I do that? Here is the rear axle with the wheels attached, mind you. Now, I would like you to tell me about, I would like to know about Iran and its day-to-day life as far as, you know. So the problem is, I think I can speak for everybody when I say this, is that our news system sucks. And what they tell us over here, I know for the fact it's not the whole truth. It's derived from truth, but it's not the whole truth. So what's really going on over in Iran? Yeah, I don't watch the news either. If there's any news that I watch, it's if I watch a news channel, I'll double check it with multiple sources not from here. You were scared? You were scared of what? Please explain. Divulge, would you? I think the entire country is curious as to not only everybody else's outlook on the world, but everybody else's outlook over here on the States, because there's a lot of shit flying around. A lot of people think we're screwed. A lot of people think we're gonna save the world too. I don't know. About living in Iran, because over here in the States they tell us that living in Iran is no bueno, and I don't believe them. All right, so I did go on and order these aluminum spacers. These are 2-inch spacers. Wasn't quite gonna go this wide, but because of the price that I got them for, I figured why not. Uh-oh. These studs might be a little too short. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is that I get that thing stuck in there. Oh man, how the hell did I do that? Okay, I'm definitely thinking those studs are too short. I'll have to get some longer studs, but it'll be fine. And these are also hub-centric spacers, so it should help with lining this thing up. What? Okay. Oh, no, that's not even close. That's fine. Predator engine? No. I'm doing 3 more cylinders than that. Come on, RTS. You should know me by now. Do I do anything small? Sure. Yes, feel free. I used to work for crews. They know me very well. Maybe it's not. Takes a very special person to work for them. I'm gonna Tell you that right away. Good people though. My aim is on, except for that one. You should, yeah, the RTS is right. Blood, sweat, and tears, more or less. A lot of work. Some pretty decent amount of travel. Sometimes it's a lot of last minute. How do I put this lightly without being a dick? I mean, you'll get a lot of experience doing a lot of things. That's for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, it's a pipe company, so they do a lot of pipe work, gas and oil. Honestly, if you apply for a cruise, you'll probably see a lot of me because I'll be working for a company that they do a lot of work for. So more than likely, you'll be seeing me out there a lot. Not a huge amount, not as much as I used to do, but a lot. They do a lot for ExxonMobil, a lot. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, they're over at ExxonMobil right now doing a project. Since I'm live, I can't divulge on it too much, but they do a lot. They came after you? Called the school to drop off application. I was immediately drawn. Yeah, good. They're trying to get bigger. They're trying to become a bigger force. Because right now, the only ones they have are Alex and Steve. Alex is a graduate of the school that you go to, and Steve has been there for, gosh, probably 12 years now. Between me and Justin, we kind of taught him how to weld. So, but no, they're a good company to work for. They really are. Sometimes they have tactics and methods where you just kind of like scratch your head and go, really? Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but you know, that's part of life. All right, so now I have to get a new perspective before I go any further as to what this thing is going to look like. Their weld test, they don't have a weld test. So the first test you will do for them is D11 SMAW vertical up with a backing plate. That's the first test they're going to have you do. It's the first test they're going to send you out to get, and then it's going to kind of go from there. What time is it? I think you're asking what time it is here. It is 10:25 p.m. So yeah, you'll do, first thing you'll do is a D11, that's the first thing they want to send you for, and then you're going to start working on your pipe cert. So you're going to have to get certified for Buckeye Partners, you're going to have to get certified for ExxonMobil. Those are the two big ones. Trying to think of what the other companies are that they're, can't think of the other ones. Those are the two big ones that they're going to have you want to practice for pipe, and it's going to be downhill. You're going to be welding downhill. All right. Let's get the camera in a good position. Okay. Now that I got the spacers on, I'm going to see what this looks like in position. Oh, that's better. Oh, I'm glad I went with the 2-inch ones. Holy sweet Jesus, that's way better. Yeah, I'm glad I went with the 2-inch spacers. Bang. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Huh. Don't fit. Back you up. Oh, we're not even close. Okay. So I'm at 5.5 on this side. I'm at 6 inches, so I need 5 3/4. There. 5 3/4 ish. Yes, right there. That's the position. God damn, that looks awesome. Oh, God, that's amazing. Let's see how that. Yeah, that's how I wanted it to line up. These wheels are, they may not be, they're a little wider out back. They are a little wider out back. If I position the camera looking directly behind the wheel, I am right where I need to be. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I went with the 2-inch spacers. That's perfect. Of course, chances are I'm probably going to break the axles, but, you know, whatever. I just want to sit here and look at it all day. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Oh my God. It's coming together. The spacing's right. The spacing's right on the rear tire. Now the question is, how far away do I want that rear wheel to be? That's the question, and that is the question that is killing me. And it is also another problem that I have is that my bolts don't fit. I'm really kind of up shit's creek until I get bolts that actually fit, and I'm having a hard time finding bolts that'll fit this. I'm going to turn my recording off for a second. Yeah, I'm going to be done here tonight here soon. I got to get up early. That's about where it's sitting. I love it. Oh, I can't stop looking at it. So we'll call it about 9 inches. All right, the question is, how far back can I go? I could really wanted those rear wheels close, but I'm thinking I may have to back it up in order to actually get a chain back there. How much can I back? I can back it up a little bit, but I really wanted it to be right along the back side of that. I can back it up a little bit. Let's see how much further I want to go here. In reality, I would like it to be like right there as far as spacing goes. How's that look? That's not too bad. It's not as close as I wanted it. That's definitely not as close as I wanted it at all. I gotta do some thinking and some looking. That puts it at almost 8 feet long. I didn't anticipate being that far. Really want it like I want it to be right about there. That's as far back as I want it to go. Mosquito's trying to bite me. Mosquito, mojito, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm hot. I'm hot. I've got a lot of shit to catch up on tomorrow. So, sorry guys, I'm gonna end this a tad short. I'm gonna stay on for a couple more minutes, but I think I'm about done. I am hot and tired. I'm trying to get the house all set up. I've got this weekend though, and this weekend I intend to do a lot of work, and it's gonna cool down a little bit. pretty well lined up. Can I make that work? Probably not. That's gonna make the chain way too tight. Damn. Unless I can find another way to drive this thing. I got two problems. My bolts don't fit. And in order to make the chain drive work, I've got to either, I have to have an idler going under. I could do that. But that means the rear end's got to go higher. I can make the rear end higher. I kind of don't want it higher though. I like what's at. Man. If I put it too high, it's going to be a wreck. I can make it lower. I can make it lower. I don't really want to, but I can. Where's my wooden blocks at? I got one block there. Where's my other blocks? Oh, blocky. Where is my blocks at? Do, 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 do. I had a wooden block. Might be gone. I might not be here no more. Oh, shit. I had 3 wooden blocks. I don't know what I did with them. The other thing, I can gear drive it. Means I gotta flip it, put it on this side. I could do that. There they are. Blackies. Ow, fuck you. That hurt. So my only other option that I can do is dropping it by that much. I can use this as a curling. Let's see what that looks like. That's more reasonable. That's also more level. I don't know, I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot, actually. I doubted it. Now, the way I have this set is the frame actually warps up a little bit on the end because of the way I welded it. Is what it is, I'm just going to leave it. But I want to take my level and see how level the frame is. Okay, I'm still riding high. Good. That's what I want. And that's probably going to go even lower. So I can still go a little lower. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely lower. Yeah, it's level. It's not quite level there. How much would it take? I can go down maybe another. Maybe. I'm gonna drop it another inch. Shut up. Stay there. I'm gonna drop it about an inch or so. That thing's still hot. Take an inch off of the block. It's actually more like 3/4 of an inch, but. That's better. And that frame's level, so that's as far as I can go. I do not want a back rake. That'll do it. Okay, I feel better now. I guess the question is, how am I going to reinforce this? Okay, well that's fine. So what I'll do is those big brackets, I'm obviously going to cut them down. I don't need them to be that big, but they're going to go in at an angle, kind of like that going up. I don't love it, but it'll work. And then I'm going to have a jack screw on the back so I can adjust the tension. And the ride height. Mostly the tension though. Well, this has not been a productive couple days. To be fair, I'm exhausted from yard work. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. I'm probably going to need to get better and longer studs for the rear hub. inspect them from there. Sweet. I've done a lot of looking at this thing. I've also got to figure out what direction this is going. Not that much matters. I just want that brake caliper to be up in the top. Think about that. So that's going to be like that. Those will be forward. Yeah, that's how that went. Well, that's just how it's going to go then. Worst case scenario, that jack shaft is going to come out further. But that's pretty good. That's better. I feel a lot better about that. Okay. So then, I have all these mamma jammas on there. These are going to go. Oh, okay. I may not need to. Oh, I'm still gonna have to cut them down because they're gonna sit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut them down. That's all right. Not a big deal. I can survive. But I definitely want that to be right there like that. I think that's about as close as I want it. Yep, that's gonna be it right there. Oh, my head's a little close to the rear tires. I'm not comfortable with that. As if there's anything in here that's safe in the first place. That's not much better, but it'll do. I think I'll probably end up making some fenders for it because I'm gonna be shooting rocks. Well, yeah, that looks pretty sick. I like that lowered look there. That makes more sense. I was skeptical. God, I feel like a greased pig. It is hot. That's humid. All right. I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Because what I'm gonna do next, well, I gotta mount this. So I gotta get bolts that fit this thing. 7/16 is too large. I need the next step down. In millimeters. I'll have to order some. Oh, it's gonna be expensive. Oh. Alright. That's gonna be it. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm hot. I am hot. It was a warm day today. I gotta commit because I have to. It's tomorrow Friday. I got Friday night. So Friday night, tomorrow night, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna have to mount these. As much as I really don't want. What I'll probably do is cut another piece of 3/8 plate, put it over top of that. Yeah. So I think tomorrow I'll cut a 3/8 plate, put it over top of the 2 bars in the back, weld that, because then I can weld the mounts on, and then I can put a carrier bearing on top, put the drive wheel on, whop and boom, we're done. Maybe. Right now I'm just worried about getting this on, but that's gonna be it for now. Thank you very much everybody for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of this crazy nonsense. And I'm gonna go cool off. I'll see you later.